today I would like to be talking about some experiences I've been having with people. Those funny creatures. So I have just been noticing people have been becoming more incessantly rude. Like, I'm talking crazy rude, not their mama didn't teach them right rude, but just like purposeful rude. I mean, I won't even start on the tailgating. I won't even start on the cutting in front of you. I mean, one guy the other day was so close to my clacker, I couldn't even see his headlights, and it was nighttime. I actually looked in my rear vision mirror and went, "What's that funny thing on the back of my ute?" And then I'm like, "Oh, it's another car." He was like that far away. So there's one thing. People just ignoring your efforts to be polite. I saw a lady the other day in the fish and chip shop. I grabbed my fish and chips, she grabbed hers right after me. She had a baby under one arm and she was carrying the fish and chips in the other arm. And I was in front of her, so I thought, well, of course, I'll open the door for you. So I did, and I'm like, yeah, there you go. And she just completely ignored me, like the door was just open and I wasn't even holding it, like it didn't exist. I thought, well, that's just rude. And then that happens like 10 times a day, 100 times a week. The math is off, 700 times a week. Then you're like, wow. I don't know what happened, but it's like the last maybe year or so, people have just are becoming so inhuman. Like, they don't care about each other anymore, and I don't know what's going on. It's like there's some sort of shift in people. And I find it funny, talking of shifts, because I'm not a very overly sensitive person emotionally. I mean, I've got a very high pain tolerance. Just that. I mean, I get scars all over myself that, some of them I don't even know how I got. I mean, that one I got from barbed wire. Nighttime. And they say you shouldn't leave stuff in the grass. Anyway, I've just noticed that I'm becoming more emotionally sensitive to things. Like, I'll just like opening the door for that lady. Usually I'm just like, oh, she'll be right. But I'm like, oh, let me do that for you. I want to help you. So it's like the polite and the nice are becoming nicer, and the rude and impolite are becoming more horrible. I mean, I've got people around me, like my mum got hurt the other day. She was just camping, or we were camping, and we went for a walk to the loo in the middle of the night, went to get back in the tent, and you kind of crawl in the tent. Her feet were out, her body was in, and she's like, shit, something bit me. And I looked there, it was this bull ant. I'm like, oh, that's gotta hurt. Didn't think anything of it. She starts getting rashes and itchy, and I'm just like, oh, you must just be having like a reaction to it. Or at first I just thought she got bitten by a bunch of midgies. So I thought, oh, I'll put some cream on. I put some cream, and she said, oh, that's not good enough. So I googled a 24-hour chemist, and I thought I'll get some, proper steroid cream, and that might help her. Like, since I'm not into like really harsh medication, I'm just put some aloe vera and tea tree on her, and it fixed her for a while. But anyway, we're going in, and she's driving, and she's like, oh, it's becoming more harder to breathe. And I'm like, what? She doesn't have asthma or anything, but we'll get a puffer. So we get in there, and the lady's like, what happened to you? Like the chemist lady. And mum's like, just got bitten by some midgies. and then she's like, they look more than midgie bites. And she says, oh, okay. Oh, well, maybe something else. Is there anything else that happened recently? I got bitten by a bull ant. You're in full anaphylactic shock. And she's like, right. Okay. And so she called an ambulance and sent mum there, and I said, how did you get here? And she's like, I drove like an hour in anaphylactic shock. She's a thug. She's a true thug. And she's like asking the doctors whilst she's like in anaphylactic shock, and she's like shaking, like, when am I going to get out? And they're like, not anytime soon. And once all the doctors had left and the hustle had slowed down and she was relaxing and recovering. My mum said to me again, I hope we can get out soon. And the janitor looked up and he's like, I'm no doctor, but breathing is kind of an important thing. And looked back down and started cleaning again. I thought that was cool. So that's a really big ordeal. Okay, that was like a 24-hour ordeal. She hates hospital. Like, I think anyone does, unless they're a hypochondriac. You know, you don't go in there for the attention. You go in there because you're dying. Yeah. So she's in there in emergency. They do triage. She was traumatized, and she's one tough nut. She's a tough cookie. Anyway, people around us just keep talking about bull ants. Keep saying, oh, you know, bull ants this, bull ants that. And it's like, I hope you don't get bitten by another bull ant. And it's like, why would you say that? Do you think you're being funny? Because you're really not being funny. You know? I mean, I'm not someone who's like, I'm not particularly nice verbally. I'll say something nasty if I think it's funny, right? Not cruel. But if I think it's going to be funny, humorous, yeah, I'll go ahead with it. But someone just got hurt. They nearly died. If she had just gone to sleep, because it was like 10 or 11 at night, if we had just gone to sleep, she wouldn't have woken up. And yet people just think it is just freaking hilarious to make ant jokes. And it's like, it's not a little joke. It's not a little ant. It was only like 48 hours ago she got out of hospital. Okay? And now she's going to have anaphylaxis for the rest of her life. Has to carry an EpiPen everywhere with her. You know, it's not really funny. It's really a dick thing. And people are becoming more and more insensitive. And I don't know what's happened. You know, like our friends, this is what it's like. It's like they can just sit you down and just talk shit to you for an hour. But if you say, hey, that's enough, they'll go, oh, that's so mean. What's with that? It's like, you can't even, you know, they can say all sorts of cruel stuff. You're an idiot. You raised your kid wrong. You did this, you did that. You know, you wear funny clothes. You got funny hair. Yeah, they can say all sorts of stuff to you. But if you say anything to them, which is most likely factual, they'll be like, how dare you? I don't know. But I'm kind of getting sick of it. And I just noticed myself just pushing people away. Not purposefully, not dramatically, but just like, you know, you might get invited around for dinner somewhere and just be like, nah, I just don't want to listen to someone else's shit. So, if you guys can tell me what you guys think, because is it just me? Is it that I have a weird or bad circle of friends? I don't know.